Customer Service Award for highest client ratings, D Magazine's Best Realtor, 5-star Professional Award, and several other recognitions for her success and service to clients. Join her each week as she meets with the top community influencers to help you get to know the area you want to call home. Don't just love your home, love your community. And now, here's your host, Kimberly Woodard.
Good afternoon, viewers. I'm so excited about my segment today. As you can see, we're holiday festive, getting ready for that season. I'm sitting here with Daylen Rivera with Evergreen Holiday Decor. And excited about our segment. So welcome.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me.
So let's get the viewers to know a little about you and how did you get started in this business?
Yeah, so when I'm not decking the halls, I work for a floral and event production company. Okay. So I did freelance work both in New York and LA, more on the branding side. So I work with a lot of brands like LaCroix, Diane von Furstenberg. Right. So when they have pop-up events, we produce these like large-scale installations, basically designing events to be photographed and shared. Right. So through that work, I got in contact with Debbie Jordan at Magic Moments Events. Yes. She kind of brought me down here to help produce events for her. And then kind of through that spectrum, it's all word of mouth. So I had somebody approach me, hey, we love your florals. Would you consider, decorating some holiday stuff for us? And I thought to myself, I love Christmas. It's like my favorite season. So I did their holiday decor and they loved it, and it just launched my company, So I worked with Debbie Jordan with Magic Moments Events, and she kind of brought me in to do a little bit of her holiday decor. And from there, we started working a lot in the Frisco, Plano community, doing like country clubs, if you're familiar with Club Corp. Yep. We do a lot of their properties, and then we started working into residential, and kind of it just snowballed from there. So we do a lot of really exciting holiday decor.
So fun. Yeah. So fun, and we're so excited. So was this always, as a child, was this always your passion? Was this the thing that, you just loved, or you just loved the season?
I come from a very big family in Wyoming, and it's really hard to get together, but Christmas is always that time, and the whole family was there, so it's always been a really special holiday for me, and I find a lot of enjoyment of decorating my own holiday, so being able to help provide that for people around my community is really special, and I always love going into people's homes and seeing what their decor is. It has so much history, whether it's something, a nutcracker from their great-grandmother like 50 years ago, or I love seeing how the holiday trends change, so it's definitely super special.
Oh, so fun. I know there's always those little, things that you inherit from your childhood or I remember things that were in my grandmother's house when I was little that, now I want in my house, or maybe it is that little trinket that was hers and now it's in my house for enjoyment. So it brings back those memories. Well, let's talk about the holidays and getting ready. And our first holiday is Thanksgiving, even though we are ready for Christmas. But let's talk about Thanksgiving. And, I know everyone is getting ready. They're trying to set their tables, and maybe you can give us some advice to the viewers on, getting that table ready.
Yeah, absolutely. So any tablescape that I do, I always let one item kind of narrate what the rest of the decor is going to be. So whether it be, an antique that is from your grandmother's home, or you find a candlestick that inspires you, I kind of find that piece, and then from there I design it based on that. So when you're designing, you have to be really cognizant, especially with flowers, the type of vessel that you use. So if you don't have a lot of if you don't have a lot of room on your table, I suggest using something maybe a little bit more linear, maybe something with a smaller mouth, so you can really just focus on some of those small blooms. If you are looking for something, like for me, this is one of my favorite vases. I actually found this on a trip to Mexico. It's from a Mexican pottery, so I brought that back with me. And it's a little bit more of a wide mouth. So if you do have something that's a little bit wider, what I recommend using, and this is like a florist trick, we use chicken wire. What that helps does is, and I just kind of shape it's like a foot by foot piece, and we shape it into a ball, and we stick it in there, and then I do like a tape grid, and what that does is it helps lock your stems into place. So I love a super loose and organic, natural look to my floral arrangements, so that helps with that style. And Texas is very, very beautiful in the fall and winter.
Yes.
So I recommend using those natural elements that we find. Go out and forage and take those autumn leaves and let that kind of inspire your table decor.
Oh, very fun. Well, I'm just all inspired, ready to get started. So also, I guess my question is, so if you have a long table versus a round table, I have both in my house, and for the holidays, I'll probably end up using both. So I'll use a wider mouth, obviously, probably for the round table to give
a little bit more full. Yeah. And then if you're doing, again, my family loved food, so our whole table is full of, beautiful foods. So if you don't have a lot of space, or you maybe don't have in your budget to have lush florals on every single table, even taking some light greenery and just styling that is a great tip to use. And that's, again, where those small vases come in, where you can have some delicate blooms on your table as well.
Oh, fun. So any other tips that you have? So before let's keep going on Thanksgiving, since it's just around the corner, for those tables, or just around, just to give a little festive, because sometimes I know some of us like to, have a mixture going on, as we're still so excited about Christmas, but we can't forget Thanksgiving, so we still have to have some of that. Is there anything that you have on tips that maybe we started putting our Christmas up too early, but we have everyone over for Thanksgiving dinner?
I would say for your table decor, don't be afraid to feature, the season's harvest as well.
Okay.
Like small bowls of, nuts or grapes or something are nice. Like it almost like the old world master style paintings.
Okay.
That kind of same feel. It's really nice on a table, and there is power in ambient lighting. So candles galore really set the tone for a nice intimate stage.
Oh, nice. So get that, viewers, lighting. Lots of candles. So let's talk about Christmas. Yay. Or if, you don't celebrate Christmas, the holiday season.
Yes.
And let's talk about, some of the trends that you're seeing for this season, colors, and what do you see out there?
Yeah. So if 2018 was a year of minimalism, 2019, 2020 is a year of opulence. So let your freak flag fly. That's for sure. So definitely in excess. So making really, really lush trees or lush arrangements. Right now, that millennial pink is super popular, right? But in terms of colors, pastels. A lot of pastels are showing up as we go into this next year. And then for me, my personal style is I like, again, I'm from Wyoming, so I love that like super natural organic. So don't be afraid to use natural elements in your holiday decor. I like to, even in my like garlands, I like to trim some evergreen that I find in nature, or I can get it from my local florist or wholesaler, and add that into your trees and into your garlands and those different elements to have a very natural outdoor look. And then it's all about monochromatic. So I love using one color and just finding the different tones and hues. It just makes it really, really impactful. So like you walk in the door and your eye immediately goes to that decor.
Right. No. Well, I love that there's, it sounds like you can't have any more. You just can keep going. Before it felt like you could only put like one thing over here and one thing here, but you can put collections.
Yes.
So let's talk to, I know everyone has that antique item. I know I do, that you just don't know how to fit it into maybe your new decor, your new theme. Maybe it's that it means a lot to you, but everyone else is like, what is this little, figurine that is there? Do you have any recommendations of how you can fit that in? Maybe if it's a tablescaping or just somewhere around.
So for me, the seasons are always about remembering, those different memories and really taking those items and showcasing them. They may not be the most beautiful thing in your entire collection, but find a very special place in your home, whether it be on your dresser or a nice side table. And if you have a lot, like for me, my mom collected nutcrackers, and they weren't always cute nutcrackers, but so many, and we always found a place for them. And if you have a collection, try not to spread it all over the house. Try to find one focal place so somebody can come into your home and appreciate that collection for what it is.
Oh, I like that tip, because I am the nutcracker girl. I've got a whole bunch of them. It was something my husband, from his childhood, and now we started and the kids love them, and so I used to kind of spread them because I didn't have them, but this year I will keep them in one place. So that's fun. Well, then I get to enjoy them all at one. It's it's kind of fun throughout the years, the different ones. They mean more, I think, more to the kids too. So
yeah.
Well, let's also talk about some tips. What do you have? Some tips for over the holidays when you're decorating, you're getting ready, you're getting all, and I know how I am. I have all these boxes and they're in my storage, and then I get them out and I get overwhelmed. Like, where do I start? What would you say to start with, to really make that most impactful, presentation in the home?
Yeah, so what I recommend doing is it's all about clusters. So like when you're decorating, you don't necessarily have to cover a tree or a garland or whatever decor in ornaments head to toe. Okay. So I'm going to show you just a couple tips and tricks that I have. Yes. So you can get, small little sprigs, from your local craft store. Mm-hmm. They're pretty easy to find. Yeah. Take your sprig and then cluster your bulbs. And I collect antique bulbs that I use on my personal Christmas tree. I use floral wire, which again you can find at any of your craft store. Okay. And then you're going to loop your bulbs together into a cluster. So you get this nice focal. Yes. Yeah. And then you just twist it here to kind of secure. And then you can either place this directly into your tree, and that gives a nice focal moment. Or what I like to really do is then I would adhere it to a sprig, and then that easily inserts into your tree. So when you go to take it down, you can just pull it out, and then you can store it that way, and then it's ready to go for your next year.
Oh, I love that.
So that's a great tip and trick. For me, the holidays are all about organization. It might take a little bit more time at the end of your season, but really making sure that you're pulling your decor off, putting it in a separate box so that when you go to put it out, you can say this box is specifically for this room, and it's got all the decor. It makes it really easy to put up and really, really easy to take down. Like I said before, also natural elements. The more natural elements that you can add into your decor, the more lively it's going to feel. Okay. I love a good mantelpiece. There's nothing that says holiday to me more than sitting by a fire.
Right.
So definitely a mantle is my favorite holiday item. So with that, I cluster my bulbs. Less is more. Okay. In terms of spreading your decor. So when I say cluster, make sure that's a big focal moment. Have nice draping elements to it. Add in that natural greenery to really liven up the space. And then for me also, gifting. I'm a big gift giver. Yes. And when I gift, I try to find, whether it be wrapping paper or the gift boxes themselves, I try to find something really unique that speaks to that person, and I don't know if have you ever been to Paper Source by chance? Yes, I love Paper Source. And I'm sure you can find it at any craft store, but finding a good paper goes a long way, something that really speaks to the person that you're giving it to.
Oh, I love that tip too, because I love wrapping and having everything kind of, I love the gift part, finding that gift for someone.
Reason for the season.
Yes. And, it's more about me giving the gifts than, receiving. Sure. Except for my husband, if you're listening to this, you will need to, I need to receive things. But no, it's just fun, and it's fun to watch their faces. I know during the holidays when we're giving, I'll just sit there and watch everyone open their gifts from that we give, versus, and then I'm probably the last one to open everything because I just like to really be in the moment. So, well, that's also, so let's, we talked about tablescapings and everything, but let's talk about, we have a holiday party. So we've talked about, us being in the home and everything. Do you have any tips? We have all those tables that, not that just the center table, but, the buffet tables and things like that. Some great ideas that maybe add that little punch. Would you do something, kind of what we, demonstrated here, or do you have any other, thoughts of those kind of buffet tables? Because we always have buffet tables.
Sure. That's where, again, some of these little gift boxes, I think find small accents that really reflect your style. Okay. So if you love opulent things, find opulent things to put around your home. Find a very ornate bowl or something and fill it with your favorite bulbs, monochromatic bulbs like we talked about. Right. Florals you can always bring in. I love to forage. We have so many evergreen trees around here in the area. Forage some natural elements and put that in a vase and let that be a focal point on your buffet table. Or you can take some garlands and you can weave it in through your buffet table. There's a lot of options that you can do.
Yeah, just to really, I always feel that that's always the thing that gets you forget about it. You're so focused on getting your tables for everyone to sit at, looking great, and then the buffet table goes. What other tips that we have? We're getting ready. Also, let's talk about we don't really talk about it as much, but we get to the New Year's and everyone's getting ready for the New Year parties and glitz and glam. I always like to say, and we do that, and then we get to January 1 and we have to take down everything. Do you have some tips that maybe we could reuse some of these things and keep it maybe in for another month or so? Because I always feel like I take everything down and I've stripped my house and now it's naked.
Yeah, the post-season blues, as we like to call it.
Yes.
Yeah. So for me, going back to the trends of having that monochromatic bulbs, those are something that you can leave out that still have a very glitzy glam look that you can still style around the house. Right. A lot of people keep their tree up. We don't like to talk about it, but a lot of people keep their tree up well into January. Yeah. So I think, as we start to take some of those elements down, do that in transition. Maybe everything doesn't have to come out all at once. Maybe you take the garland down, maybe you take the stuff that speak a lot to the specific holiday down, but leave some of those elements up. What's become super popular is Halloween trees, using the Christmas tree and decorating with, your spooky, October elements, or even harvest. You can add harvest to that. That same idea can be used as we go into the new year. Yeah, maybe we can take some of those glitzy, very Christmas or holiday specific elements off, but keep those nice organic bulbs on, and that'll help you transition. Nice.
And I did like that you all the natural elements, because I know in my home decor I have a lot of that natural element look and just spots in my as fillers. So using that, I can keep that maybe out and maybe on my tables.
It really is still part of the season, so having those natural elements really help transition.
Oh, great. Well, I'm excited. I am so excited. I'm ready to get started. I don't know about you. Yeah. Well, I know you are. You're already knee deep.
Right there,
right. So if my viewers were oh my gosh, I need help, how do they contact you?
Yeah, so we have a website. It's evergreenholidayco.com.
Okay.
They can shoot us over an email. What I love about what are the services we offer is we offer anything from full design packages. So we can come in head to toe, set up fluff, take everything down.
Yeah.
Or if you're somebody that really loves to just decorate your Christmas tree, we have a team of guys that can come in, fluff your Christmas tree, get it all ready to go, and you get to do the fun part. And then we come back and take it down at the end of the season.
Nice.
So that is definitely a great source.
Yes, that's always my dreader. It takes me days and days, and then I'm still not happy. So I love that. Well, so if you guys are getting into that panic like I am, you can reach out to Daylen and get him over to your home and get your home all ready for the holidays.
Yeah.
Well, thank you
Absolutely.
so much.
Thank you so much for having me.
Oh, and viewers, I hope you enjoyed this segment and got ready for the holidays. Thanks. Cheers.
Thanks for tuning in to Community Cocktails with Kimberly. If you'd like to contact Kimberly with your real estate needs, you can reach her at kimberlywoodard.ebby.com. Hope you enjoyed our guest this week. Tune in every first and third Wednesday of the month for insights from industry leaders in your DFW area. Remember, don't just love your home, love your community.